Hello guys, it's Rich Vision back with another video. This video is about comparison. Uh, why do we do it so often? Why do we compare ourselves? Why do we feel like we need to always measure up with other people? And why are we trapped in the same rabbit hole? If this is for something that speaks to you, then I'd love for you guys to join the conversation today, because being a not only an artist, I feel like just a human in general, we all compare ourselves to the person next to us. We kind of feel like we need to either be better looking than them, or we feel like we need to have a better status than them, more money, better car, better house. Like, I feel like we're programmed by society, really, to compare. Like, why do we compare? The reason why we compare is because we feel like we want to be superior to other people. And I think that when you're not being your true self, you feel like you need to one up someone. I feel like me, when I'm not being my authentic self, I feel like even though it's just friendly competition, I might feel like, no, like this is not authentic to me. Like, I don't need to measure up to anybody. Like, it's just this fake thing that I'm creating in my own mind. And I don't know if other people feel that way, but when it comes to comparison, I do that a lot, because when it comes to my music in general, I am my own worst critic, and I hear my imperfections. So automatically I think, oh, I'm a failure, like this is not good enough. And I always think about people who are on the top of the game, who I idolize, and people like, there's a Kendrick Lamar, he's my idol, so I kind of compare my demos to his polished stuff in the studio, and I'm just like, whoa, like my music is never going to be as good as his. And obviously that is just ridiculous. I cannot compare myself to someone who has access to a studio like that. And also, just in general, like I can't compare my level 1 to someone's level 25 or 50. I'm still starting out, so of course my stuff is not going to be as seasoned or polished like somebody else who's doing it for 20 plus years or 10 years. And I don't know why I find myself doing this a lot. Even in my class, I feel like I'm just like, well, I even tell my mentor, like, oh, I don't know, like, if I should continue pursuing this career, because if what, like, if I can't measure up to someone of Kendrick's caliber, do I really deserve to be in any kind of spotlight, or even labeled as an artist? And obviously that was something that I was definitely struggling with too much recently, um during especially last year, when I was working on my a lot of my demos and my solo um songs. I felt like I was always so critical. Like, every time I would record something, I would just hate it. And even though I spent like 50 hours in each demo, I kind of was like, well, if I don't hear it like a record on the radio, then it's probably garbage. And obviously, we all start from somewhere. Like, we're not gonna always be come out the gate like Kendrick. It takes time, and I feel like I was so eager to rush to the gate to be a Kendrick that I kind of spiraled downward in my artistry. I kind of hated myself, hated my music, and it was to the point where that comparison really made me give up on my dream for a little bit, because I kind of put it away for a little while. I wasn't recording, I wasn't really writing, I was just in a rough patch where all my music was basically trash, and that's hard to say because I always get very defensive when people say that about my music, but like I didn't really care to put out anything. It was kind of like I was writing music. Of course, it spoke for me that, but I felt like being that they were not perfect, that it wasn't gonna serve anybody. So if it doesn't serve anybody, like why do I even bother trying to make it sound better? And I think we all go into this really, really dangerous trap. I would love to hear what you guys think also about this topic about comparison. Like, is it something that you guys struggle with, or do you not compare at all? Do you kind of just block it out and just kind of compare yourself to the person in the mirror? Like, you compare yourself with the person in the mirror to try to get better, and I think that's a good comparison. You're always trying to better yourself, but I try to do the same thing, but then I always am like, well, this other person could out rap me, and it's like it was. I think I felt like it was a competition, and what my mentor taught me was like music is not a competition; it's service. It's really service for other people. And once I started getting that into my philosophy, I was like, no, why do I compare myself? It's not even a competition, Like I need to stop it. And once I started listening to her advice, like my life really transformed